Opening my tea party just for you. Who is that? It's Ririna, the so-called anime enthusiast fox. Today we are going to be completing Changyu's interlude and then finally starting chapter 13. I've been waiting for this. Felt like it took forever to complete all the EX section of the story before I can finally reach it. Feels like it was worth it though, but at the same time I really wanted to get through it. Even though there was like a lot of important lore drops and things like that and context of things for characters. But either way, I am looking forward to finishing this and getting started with chapter 13. So let's get started. I wonder if this is going to answer the question that I had before. Dusk on the Nighter begins with an extended sound of a trumpet, signaling the commencement of the night bazaar. Noises converge on the deck, where the neon signs wake, while lanterns shaped as dragon heads take flight, encircling the central tower. The dazzling view of the Nighter by night rises on the dark horizon. The stage before the tower becomes the center of the Nighter during the bazaar, where merchants come to bid in the famed trade fair. Folks gather for the displays, as do the rich and powerful in their loges? English not working. Kemuri's troupe of mechanoid puppets take the stage in a showcase of graceful sword dances. Their braids glide as phoenixes, their bodies sway as willows. Okay, that was not me. Cut that, video editor, please. This is, okay, shoot, I can't even go back. Kemuri's troupe of mechanoid bits. Start of Changyu's section. Interlude. Okay, let me continue again. Kemuri's troupe of mechanoid puppets takes the stage in a showcase of graceful sword dances. Their braids glide as phoenixes, their bodies sway as willows, mechanical yet spirited, gentle yet cold. Their performance has also lined the crowd with dread, however. The audience is well aware that the elegant dancers on stage are always an order away from drawing blood with their swords. And then fireworks soar above the deck, exploding into spectacular colors between the towers and the lanterns. Earth or heaven, this is as opulent as it gets. Beyond the trade fair, the night bazaar is equally bustling. A man who just exited the loge is currently arguing with a merchant. Is this trash what you're selling me? Bonafide Mogul. The man dressed in riches holds a smoking pipe in gold in his hand, his shirt pinned with an equally golden pocket watch. He scolds the merchant in front of him with utter disdain. Sorry, sir. This is all that's left, but maybe if you visit again tomorrow. Wiping off the sweat from his brows, the merchant bends over backward to apologize to the tycoon, his head dipping as low as the rich man's boots. Meanwhile, the surrounding hawkers flock to the wealthy man, hungry and craving. Check out my offers, sir. Brand new livers, freshly picked. Screw you, I'm here first. Sir, look, healthy organs in mint condition. How about some prosthetics, sir? I've just restocked. The hawkers are relentless, wrestling for a shot to sell their wares in exchange for miles, even if it means stepping over a fellow merchant. Distracted by the commotion, nobody notices a boy sneakily approaching the tycoon from behind. The boy keeps looking over his shoulder indecisively, his face filled with hesitation. Changyu will later recall this moment when he first notices the boy while hanging in a food stall to the side. The boy's expression is all too familiar to him. Having made up his mind, the boy takes advantage of the confusion to reach for the tycoon's pocket, where a purse is poking out. Seeing this, Changyu leaps from his seat, shoving his half-empty sour plum drink to the stall's owner. Hold this for me, Uncle Fu. Hey punk, pay up! Back in a sec, put it on my tab. Changyu dexterously dashes between the customers, hopping over the bench outside the stall. Move, move! What the hell? Watch it! Hey boss, forgetting anything? The boy is stepping away when Changyu walks by and blows the whistle on him, while whistling. Slightly confused at first, the wealthy tycoon pats his pockets at once and finds nothing inside. The tycoon's plump face stiffens and tenses, and he immediately grabs the now panicking boy. My purse, you rascal! I don't... Facing away from them, Changyu masterfully swoops up the purse from the boy's jacket. Give it back now! I don't have it! You're dead meat if I find it! Is this what you're looking for? What? When did you... Despite feeling confident that he has stowed it securely inside his jacket, the boy looks in shock as Changyu flaps the gemstone-clad purse in front of the two of them, giving the tycoon an upward nod. You're so dead, you little shit! The boy attempts to bolt, not realizing Changyu has him firmly in his grasp. The tycoon raises his arm above his head, ready to smack the boy, only to have his purse shoved into his lifted hand by Changyu, and any momentum of a strike is lost. Calm your horses! The night bazaar is brimming with colorful folks, my good sir. Remember to keep your hands in your pockets next time, because I can't guarantee others will keep their hands in theirs, okay? Changyu says so with a smile. Despite Changyu's frail appearance, the boy is surprised by his strength when he fails to flee from his hold. Who the hell are you? What are you after? I've got nothing for you. Just a concerned Kowloon citizen, and please, you don't have to thank me. I'll leave you be. Enjoy your time here in the bazaar. With that, Changyu drags the boy away from the scene. That was smooth. What are you doing? Who are you? The boy is so mad his eyes seem to be popping out. Amateur. What? I said what an amateur. Did you see the look on the tycoon's face? If this is all you've got for this line of work, you're gonna get caught. And people like them don't take kindly to it. Why were you stealing the purse in the first place? None of your damn business. If you're just thief-splaining. Tokens. What do you know about it? Huh? Changyu takes out an intricately crafted coin, tossing it into the air before catching it. How much do you think you can take from a purse? What is this, the golden age? No one brings cash anymore. But that man dressed like big money, which means he would be carrying a token. That means he's tall. Changyu. Which means he would be carrying a token like this. This token is where the money's at. Identification of a member of the Chamber of Commerce. And the doors you can open with this. See, here's your first lesson. See better. Changyu grins like he's on top of the world, and with his arm around the boy's shoulder, he leads the stupefied young man away. Changyu, I can't believe you. Uncle Fu, 1 shacha noodles for our friend here. Changyu sits the boy down enthusiastically. Pay for yours first, you punk. Come on, Uncle Fu, I told you to put it on my tab, and here I am with a new customer. Just stay the hell out of my way. I'm running a business here. See, I know you're the best. Have you tried a shacha noodles? Best on the nighter, no joke. Wait, who are you? What do you want from me? Didn't I mess up your job earlier? So take this as my apology and now we're even. And I have to thank you as well. The way he hid his token. You really did me a solid back there running distractions. Thanks for the compliment. You're so kind, unless that wasn't a compliment, in which case, how dare you? Here are your noodles. Thanks. Come on, try it. Changyu prepares the noodles with a well-practiced routine, pouring the shacha sauce into the bowl and stirring it before placing it in front of the boy. The boy is determined to turn down Changyu's offering, but in the face of a hot bowl of noodle soup, he cannot help but take a large bite. How is it? It's delicious. Told ya. Changyu crosses his legs. I'm Changyu, you? Do you just tell everyone your name? Exchanging names is common courtesy in Kowloon. You do it after the apology and the noodles. Huainan. You aren't exactly dressing in rags. Ran into trouble, didn't you? Want to talk about it? None of your damn business. Sure, who isn't in trouble on the nighter, am I right? I'll leave you to your noodles then. Just remember to be more careful next time and stay away from the stingy type with a temper. It was a good call making a move when you did. Amateur like you won't stand a chance when Pulau's mechanoids arrive at the bazaar later tonight. I know that! Of course you do. See you next time then. With that, Changyu finishes his sour plum drink and takes off, whistling and tossing the coin. Changyu, is it? The boy named Huainan watches as Changyu departs, buried in thought. It takes him a moment before he returns to his bowl of shacha noodles. When he finishes, Huainan shoves the empty bowl aside and gets up, ready to leave. You, stop it right there! Who, me? Obviously, you stay right there! What's wrong? That punk said you're paying his tab. That's 1 shacha noodles and 1 sour plum drink. You paying with grubs or what? Huainan turns to where Changyu was headed and finds him turning around at the same time. Changyu waves and cups his hand around his mouth, and from a distance he yells, Your second lesson, don't be so trusting! Payment code, please. How much is it? Changyu, I can't believe you! Fresh livers, freshly harvested from fresh bodies. Check it out! Looking for prosthetics? Here's your one-stop shop for all your mechanical body parts. Toasty pupas, fresh off the grill. Can I have this? Zip it! More word and I'm selling you to the bandwagon. How do you like that? Hey lady, cute kid you got there. Bit of a waste to send him off in the wagon, no? How about let me take him off your hands at a premium even? I know you ladies have it rough on this boat. You getting ideas on my kid now? Get the hell away before you piss me off! Oh, easy! There's no need to be uncivilized. Pfft. The boy pulls a face at the shady merchant as his mother drags him away. Damn kid, I'm gonna get you one day. You show him, boss. Huh? Who the hell are you? It's cool, man, I feel you. I can't believe how disrespectful that little brat was. It's none of your business, you little shit. Get lost! Oh, mister, you really shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I'm here to do business. Business? Does it look like a candy shop here, kid? Changyu quickly scans his surroundings, making sure no mechanoid guards are patrolling nearby. He removes the bag from his waist. It's a most ordinary purse, identical to the one the merchant has on his stall. But Changyu is holding it more cautiously than one would a child, carefully unzipping the bag before the merchant's eyes. I said get lost, what the hell? Is this a construct? Shush! Kowloon crew's gonna confiscate it if they find out. How did you... The merchant coughs and lowers his voice, trying to sound calm and collected. How did you get your hands on a receptor? Where does it come from? I'm just the errand boy. My employer is a pretty private person, so I'm acting as his eyes and ears. And from what I've heard, you're the most reputable vendor in these parts. You bet. You're in luck, kid, because your new buddy Todd here is the fairest merchant of them all. The shady merchant reaches for Changyu's bag as he speaks. Now the fair thing to do is to inspect the goods first. Hey! Changyu clenches the bag in his hands, his face filled with suspicion. Give us an offer and you can inspect it all you want. This is just my first stop of the night. My employer told me to get a few more offers before making a deal. Trust me, you won't be getting a better offer than mine. Really? Enough of the dawdling. I thought you were here on business, so show me the merchandise. Fine, but you better be careful. The receptor cost my employer a fortune. He just got it from a trader who arrived from the mainland. The shady merchant has stopped listening to Changyu's babbling. His hand meticulously traces the horned contour of the receptor, his eyes wide with awe and greed. Run, the Kowloon crew! The damn Kowloon crew is coming! The hysterical hawker sprints in the direction of Changyu, screaming and shouting as he nears. He's holding all of his wares in his arms, the bits and pieces falling all over as he frantically runs. The shouting causes a commotion in the black market. What's with the Kowloon crew? They never paid attention to the black market. Some bigwig making deals here again? Just pack up my bolt. I don't want my stuff confiscated like last time. Come on, it's my first day here. What? Kowloon crew? Listen, buddy, I've got to run. We'll do this again sometime. Hey, hand the receptor back. Here you go, I'm out of here. The merchant shoves the purse into Changyu's arm, then swiftly picks up his goods and vanishes into the night. Huh. Changyu shakes the bag he has been handed, and out comes crisp, clanking sounds. And scene. The door of the gambling den by the street corner slides open as out slips a young man. Shoutings can be heard through the gap from the many stirring gambling heads. Red and green lights flash intermittently from the 3 neon signs above the door. The center one writes Fortune's Favor, while two sides sits Give fools their gold and knaves their power. The beggar who frequents outside the gambling den greets the exiting young man. Changyu, my lad, where have you been? Without answering, Changyu grins and casually throws the beggar a grub. He catches it. You're gonna get busted if you keep taking shortcuts through the den. I know what I'm doing, old man. How about you stop worrying, go grab some food instead? My treat. Look at that smug face of yours. What have you done this time? And where's the boy who's been hanging with you? Before Changyu can answer, a group of barefoot urchins comes running down the alley. Like a well-oiled machine, the children surround Changyu, some pulling his sleeves while others holding onto his legs. Their voices chiming and chattering. Changyu, give us some snack money, please. You monkeys. Despite complaining, Changyu takes out a handful of grubs nonetheless. Scoot, leave me alone. You're the best. Urchins collect their bounty and scatter. And where they were stands someone else leaning against the wall. Didn't take you as someone charitable. We're all literally on the same boat trying to make ends meet. Not that it's my money anyways. So did you get it? Ugh, forget it. Changyu gestures dramatically in disappointment. Of course I got it. There's nothing I can't do if I set my mind to it. That guy immediately panicked when he saw me acting oh so reluctant, and he swept his money bag with my horny one during the fiasco. Real impressive switcheroo, I'll give him that. A shame he got outplayed. I wonder what his face looks like once he finds out the receptor is fake. Well, you reap what you sow. By the way, you were fantastic. Even I got a little scared of the Pulau crew chasing you. Stop exaggerating. Perhaps discord does make concord. Changyu ran into Huainan a few more times since their first eventful encounter, and the two young men eventually become friends and business partners. Let's roll. Fool wallet means fool bellies. Huainan looks meek with Changyu's arm around him. Don't spend it all like you did last time. The door to the gambling den suddenly bursts open and 2 black-clad men drag and throw out a humanoid body. The injured figure gives a muffled grunt. Humanoid? It's a construct. Black liquid covers the construct's face and hides the body's features. It groans sporadically as it extends its arm towards Changyu, seemingly desperate to grab onto something. Construct here of all places. The construct's hand drops, its body lies still on the ground. Changyu is no stranger to scenes like this. They are a common sight on the boat, and all he can do is look out for himself and nothing more. That's how one survives the nighter. Honestly, is it even worth living on the nighter at that point? I don't even know. Then he notices how tight Huainan is gripping his hand. Changyu can feel him shaking through his coat, struggling to stay composed. You good? The beggar nearby immediately averts his gaze, pretending nothing has happened. Huainan takes a deep breath and lets go of Changyu, giving him a small nod. I'm good. Is it the construct? Not our damn business, isn't it? They probably sold their bodies as merchandise to become constructs. If that's what it takes for them to survive, then that's their choice. And that's how things go here. You live with it. But how? Have you ever considered that maybe people should just get to live? What if we weren't supposed to sell our souls only for a shot at life? What's that all about? It's always a trade, always. Is that so? Maybe you're right. But you said there's no way to survive on this boat. Yeah, I was overthinking it. Let's go. I've still got things to do after this. Are you really all right? They look into each other's eyes. Changyu scratches his head. Let's go then. What do you want to eat? Oh, so I guess this interlude is about how he became a construct and then is sold as merchandise. That makes a lot more sense. And that's probably why he doesn't remember, maybe, because they, maybe during the process they removed his memories, perhaps. There's only silence in the alleys in the dead of night. Out of nowhere comes a piercing scream, followed by frantic footsteps, gunshots, a heavy thud as something falls to the ground. Then everything is quiet again, save for the ravaging wind on the deck. So unfair. Probably runs out of the gambling folks at this hour. Might as well call it a day. The coughing beggar curls up in the freezing wind. He goes and packs up his belongings, only to find a pair of feet standing in front of him. A question, old man. You... What the hell are you doing here in the middle of the night? Out of the shadow comes a young man crouching before the beggar. Just wondering what's the deal with the construct earlier. Heard anything about it? Oh, what's it to you? Just curious. Come on, haven't I been treating you pretty well? Wanna give me the scoop? I don't mind telling you, but you better not get involved with that lot. Just being nosy. Folks like us, the worst thing we can face on this boat is uncertainty, don't you agree? Well, if you say so. The beggar thinks for a moment. The Badwagon. Badwagon? You mean Akdilek, the enterprise built on top of a train. They control the bulk of Earth's economy. For some reason, they have their eyes on us recently and bought a bunch of constructs on the black market. Changyu has heard of this Badwagon in the past, but he never thought it would concern him someday. Word is they're experimenting on putting mechanoid brains into human bodies, even though swapping minds between different species is forbidden. That or they're buying the constructs as toys for the aristocrats. Now you know where the construct bodies that they throw away every time we dock come from. And I hear that they're looking for humans suitable to be refitted into constructs. Knowing what I know now, maybe you should keep an eye out. Is Akdilek? Why those merchants are attending the trade fair, but why the Niter? Wait, that line makes no sense. Who knows? No one's bothered to hide anything even when someone pokes around, if you know what I mean. Just don't do anything stupid. I see. I appreciate it. I'll leave you be. I guess he does poke his nose into it and then ends up getting involved and becoming a construct and working with Sophia. Akdilek. Huainan. What happened? Huainan enters his room to find Changyu sitting cross-legged by his bed. A map covered in scratches and marks is laid flat on the table. Its full smoothed out by a pencil-chewing Changyu, buried in thought. Hey, what's up? What took you so long? Where have you been lately? Forget it. Check this out first. What is this? Is that the plan of the Niter? Drawn by yours truly. I've marked every inch of the boat that I can set foot on, so this should be pretty accurate. Changyu takes his pencil and circles the spot marked Trade Fair, and continues drawing along a series of crooked passageways all across the deck until it reaches the edge of the Niter. This is my next target. The Trade Fair? Think bigger. Akdilek. Changyu and Huainan follow their guide to the dimly lit laboratory underground. Shabby as the place may be, the constant humming from the equipment and the rows of test tubes filled with colorful liquids have made this already tiny space uncomfortably oppressive. It's up ahead. You can talk to the doctor yourself. Thanks. Didn't think you'd know a place like this. Changyu takes stock of the strange surroundings and mutters to Huainan. I thought you were going to stop me. Why Akdilek? For justice. Bullshit. Fine, I just wanted to know how you'd react. You've got a history with them, don't you? I'm not ready to talk about myself. That's alright, I wasn't probing. But I'm serious about Akdilek. I've done some digging. They're looking for live bodies on the boat, those that can be refitted into constructs. I think I can make a score from it. Now's your chance to stop me. Will it work? Of course! We are partners. Changyu's eyes glinted with fervency and sincerity. Huainan saw himself reflected in them. He paused for a moment and then pushed his hair aside, revealing a horrendous scar on his neck. Even concealed behind his collar, the swollen crimson mark on his neck was still clearly visible. It wound and weaved on Huainan's skin, crawling and slithering. This is my quarrel with Akdilek. Huh? Huainan straightened his coat and hid the awful scar. I'm not stopping you, but I need to know where your information's coming from. Can you trust them? Their reputation precedes them in the black market. Spend a little money and grease some wheels and nothing's hidden under the sun. Meddling right under their noses, huh? Here's my plan. I'll pretend to be one of those merchandise, and after Akdilek purchases this remarkable body, I'll skate with their money and leave them empty-handed. Just trust me. Akdilek wants bodies that are suited to be constructs. Do you even fit the requirement, or are you forging your data? The secret to a well-planned scheme is to not plan everything. You have to follow the ebb and flow of the plot, manipulating it the way you do water, guiding it just enough so it flows where you want it. What are you... Is this your third lesson? What? No, the third lesson is don't trust strangers. But you must trust your partner unequivocally. I know a place. They can check if your body's suitable to be refitted. Doctors like that are a dime a dozen on the black market. I happen to know one who'd do anything for the right price. So let's go. Huh? I never said I'm sitting this one out. Maybe I could tell you something about me after this. Okay. But things don't work out and he ends up staying in Akdilek and forgetting his memories, huh? Are you listening, Changyu? What is it? I wasn't paying attention. Focus this time. Now you should be familiar with our damn collars. Everyone on this boat has one around their neck. It serves two functions. First of all, it's a way to remotely control us, even if it's only indirectly. The two primary commands coded in the collar means we can't leave the Niter and we can't harm it. It's also IRD. The collars on this boat have records of all bodies on board the Niter, living construct mechanoid. Changyu traces the collar on his neck. Of course he knows it, but he has never really considered what its existence means. He has lived the same routine on this boat as far as he can recall for 3 months, a year, or 3. He has no recollection, and he can never quite put his finger on it. Everything just happened. One human, one set of corresponding data, including that person's Tantalum 193 affinity. Tantalum 193 affinity? Only those with high enough Tantalum 193 affinity can be refitted into constructs. Assuming somewhere on this boat is a person with the desired Tantalum 193 affinity, someone who's not associated with the official merchandise from the Kowloon crew. That's who Akdilek is after. That's the leverage we need. So we had to figure out if we are merchandise material to begin with. That's right. It'll be so much easier if we could just be a part of the wares on display. But if we can't do that, we can still get what we were after here. How come you know all of this so well? The worst thing we could face on this boat is uncertainty, don't you think? Are you the one? The two young men are interrupted by the approaching surgeon. His face may be concealed by a mask, but it's clear that his eyes are keenly examining Changyu. Follow me. They're doing an examination simultaneous to save time. You can head in first. Mine's also about to start. I'll see you later. I don't know if I trust Huainan. I don't know. We don't know enough about him, and he doesn't really show enough vulnerability for me to really trust him. The minimalist tavern Changyu chose is a little ragged but well supplied. With the token he stole, Changyu has no trouble getting into a place of this caliber to rent a room. A simple one to avoid attention. Right now, he's sitting by the bed, cross-legged, listening to the scene outside. The antique television in his room is playing movies of generations past, and the moonlight has tainted Changyu's shadow blue. Someone opens the door to the room. I'm back. Which one do you want, Chechen noodles or wonton noodles? Wonton noodles. That's what Uncle Fu thought. So it comes with extra sauce here. Fu is the best! I'm so blessed! Changyu squeals with delight. Snatching the takeout box, Huainan hands him. Hey, let me try your shacha noodles as well. What's the rush? Huainan, this is some hardcore stuff. Water, I need water. But I only added a teaspoon of chili sauce. Here, your water. Changyu does not stop until his bowl is completely empty. He lets out a satisfying burp. Hey, Huainan, shall we play a game? What game? Let's see. Tell me your biggest wish in 5 seconds. Now I wish tomorrow was the Dragon Boat Festival. Then we could go get rice dumplings at Uncle Fu's. His dumplings are absolutely the best in the world. You haven't really lived until you tried one. That's it? Sure, I mean, I also hope that everything goes well tomorrow night at the trade fair, but I can't really see things going wrong when I'm involved. Sometimes I wonder where you got your damn confidence. But I'd be lying if I say you aren't good at this. I'm not joking. Don't you notice, whether it's those rich assholes or those exploitative merchants, bad people always come with bad karma. I've seen so many of them on this shitty boat. Stinking, corrupted trash that poisons the place and hurts everyone around them. But karma is karma. When I come collecting, the gods will be on my side. Then all it takes is a bit of planning, a little bit of luck, and everything goes my way. I'm no hero, but even I can't stand these bullies. And if good people can't do anything about it, maybe it takes a bad guy like me to take out the trash. That I can live by. That's why this is going to work. Because Akdilek hurt you, didn't they? I'll never forgive anyone who hurt my friends. Changyu's voice gets quieter and quieter until he turns silent and withholds the last line. Huainan raises his brow. What? Your turn. What do you wish for? I wish that it all goes well at the trade fair tomorrow. That's my wish. You wished for rice dumplings tomorrow. Hey! Changyu is about to protest, but then he suddenly bursts out laughing. Oh my, it's been a while since I ate noodles with someone else face to face, like some sort of celebration. You made it sound like we just had our last meals. Knock on wood, shut it, that mouthful of yours is gonna take away our luck. The gods are already on our side. Why else do you think my T193 affinity matches the trade requirement? Just make sure you have my back outside the venue when things kick off. Fine. If only my affinity also matches. It's all going to work out, don't worry. Oh, great vibe on the deck today. Listen. Oh boy, this is definitely not gonna work out. Thoughts unrecruited, tugs like graying strands unkept. Dancing phantoms for whom is left the ruth and woe. Dying embers, candles waned of wax and wheat. Night arrives outside their window pane. The bustling streets mimic the flickering neon above, and in the space between them, a dreamlike sequence, and I did not read that all. A dreamlike sequence of light and shadow plays out on the tavern wall. Laughter and cries can be heard in the distance, where sky lanterns take to the sky through the window. The nighter is nothing but an extravagant show of shadow puppetry, unreal and untethered. Changyu, I want to ask you something. Be honest with me. Shoot, unless you're asking for the password of my bank account. Do you have a bank account? Fine, you got me. No, I don't. All right, what's the question? Have you heard of the butterfly dream? I think so. Some guy named Zhuangzi dreamed of a butterfly and he couldn't figure out if it hadn't been him who dreamed it or if it had been the butterfly who dreamed of him. Let's say, hypothetically, this world you're living in was an illusion. Would you want to escape it? Why am I not surprised you would ask something like that? But for me, all that matters is what's here and now. Not that I can't tell how much you're skeptical of this boat. Well, what does it matter if it's real or not? Isn't being happy enough? Because it's not what you're feeling, but the feeling itself that makes the thing authentic. There's no way we can tell if the world is real as long as we are in it. If we keep second-guessing the ground we walk on every step of the way, we'll never go anywhere. We don't hope to live, we live with hope. Maybe someday the punishing virus will be gone and we'll all return to the outside world. That's a nice hope to live for, isn't it? Punishing virus. Been a while since I thought about it. A while, huh? It's very you, the way you answered it. Enough about me. How about you? Huainan does not answer. Lights and shadows mask his face, concealing his thoughts from Changyu. In the silence, the old movie on the television sounds especially loud. You ever had a dream like that? I won't allow myself to be stuck in a dream. And you dare treating it other than an illusion? It's suicide being trapped in an illusion. What's the point of living if none of it is real? If you don't wake up, how can you tell what is real? And I despise it, your hope. It's just another lie that distracts us from our suffering. So I'll do what needs to be done if it means waking up from this damn dream. What is but a dream? Is that so? If we get to choose. Changyu blinks out for a moment, then retreats to his smiling self. Whoa, didn't take you as a thinker. Huainan chuckles and shakes his head. He grabs the remote control for the television and instantly the room is filled with cheerful music. What did you take me as then? Should I remind you how much you screwed up the first time I met you? Do you have to bring that up? What, am I wrong? Changyu grabs the pillow by his side and smacks Huainan with it. The two boys laugh, both at ease, as their plan gradually falls into place. Like a dream. Huainan, you're going to tell me about yourself after this, right? I'll be an open book. There's no turning back at that point. Oh no, it's a nightmare. The theater was a magnificent building donned with emerald-tiled roofs and ruby-colored walls. It saw a long line of guests and ushers in front of its gate, who filled the air with greetings and shouts. With righteous anger are heroes born, aloof to pain to death, one's just deserts. Changyu, you'll lead a good troop someday. Changyu, remember to come home soon. Home? What home? Kowlooners do not fear war, because war cannot break the will of Kowloon. Changyu, take care of the theater and your troop. Who's talking? Oh, did he forget everything due to trauma? It's so familiar, but I can't. Maybe people should just get to live? What if we weren't supposed to sell our souls only for a shot at life? Is that so? In those glimpses of memories, Changyu could see numerous blazing fireballs falling from the sky into the heart of the city. The scared folks in front of the theater were screaming. Dark silhouettes with scarlet-tinted eyes emerged from the flame. What were they? Changyu tried to look through the scorching fire, desperate to figure out what they were. Wake up, Changyu. Wake up! Changyu opens his eyes and finds himself in total darkness. His heart is beating frantically, his fingertips numb from dread as the frightful dullness spreads from his hand to his spine to his brain. Someone is standing by his bed. It is not Huainan. His breath would have been calmer, his presence less malignant, even if he has mystified Changyu at times. To Changyu, Huainan is an owl on the hunt in the dead of night, silent and alert. Changyu steadies his breaths. With his muscles tense and his fists tightened, Changyu's body is ready and primed like a panther by its prey. The man leans closer and Changyu springs to action. He averts the man's approach with one hand, then violently grips his throat with another. In the blink of an eye, the man is at Changyu's mercy. Changyu has the man restrained. Their brief clash echoes loudly in the small confined space. Somehow the table lamp by the bed got switched on, its gears turning loudly. Good evening. The time now is 8:25:46 seconds. Changyu's eyes widened. He never forgets a face, and the face in front of him belongs to none other than the tycoon he encountered that fateful night. You, of all people? Where's Huainan? I wasn't expecting a skilled fighter. That's all me. Answer my question! Changyu tightens his grip, almost bending the man's head backward. He should be running out of breath, yet he looks remarkably calm and unfazed. The opposite of the gluttonous man Changyu remembers him as. This is just business, kid. I have no intention of getting involved with what's going on between the two of you. And seeing that I failed and probably won't get paid, this isn't even business anymore. You should probably leave your questions to the one actually involved. What are you going on about? Did Akdilek send you or Where is Huainan? What did you do to him? You mean your friend? He's already heading to the trade fair. On his own? It's not even opening until tomorrow night. Don't you know how long you've been sleeping? Changyu looks outside the window and finds the streets bustling with crowds and chants. The trade fair has already begun. I slept the whole day? Changyu pins the tycoon to the ground with his foot, then ties him up with torn up bed sheets. After making sure the knots are secure, Changyu immediately goes over the bag he placed on the table. Everything inside, including the data on Akdilek, the plan on the niter and the data chip that proves Changyu's Tantalum 193 affinity, all gone. God damn it! What was he thinking? Whether it's his conflicting emotions or the nightmare that just haunted him, something is giving Changyu a crushing migraine. He's getting hasty. He's pretending to be me at the fair? He can't fight at all. If somebody finds out... There's no time to hesitate. Changyu grabs his bag and throws everything remaining on the desk inside. No matter his reasons, Changyu needs to know. He would not have allowed it if Huainan was risking his life for him. What is he up to? What has he planned for Akdilek at the trade fair? Hey, I would stay here if I were you, says the man tied up on the ground, unprompted. Changyu would have ignored him, but he pauses after hearing what the man says next. Ignorance is bliss. There are things better left unknown. There is virtue in being a nobody, isn't there? Is that not acceptable to you? You don't get it. This is my choice. Be it lies or even betrayals. Changyu tightens his fists and walks out of the door, leaving the man behind. He will tell me himself. This is very concerning. Oh boy. There seems to be more guards around. The auction must be starting soon. I must find Huainan before it starts. Die! Okay, keep going. Oh, that was it? That was so short. The truth. The wind hits the windows and slips through its frame, thumping, howling. Huainan is right there on the other side. His hair is a mess, his sunken eyes showing no emotions. Changyu has never seen him like this, as if a deadly blizzard is brewing under his skin, ready to be unleashed. They stand opposite each other, eyes locked. A shiver goes down Changyu's spine. As you can see, I lied. Well, why is that? Were you worried for my safety? Or were you using me to get inside because you failed the test for Tantalum 193 affinity? Not that I'm obligated to tell you this. To qualify as merchandise, I need to take advantage of who you are. Who I am? Your suitability is what I've been after since the very beginning. That tycoon was just an actor I hired to get close to you. It took a while, I admit, getting close to you, but you've been so damn accommodating every step of the way. So at least it was effort well spent. Why me? Don't flatter yourself. You're just one of the very long list of names. I made so many plans all for a shot to get what I want. You and Akdilek are both a means to an end. Akdilek is a buyer I contacted quite a while ago. They needed a suitable body, so I needed tools to fabricate my qualification. That also took a while. So much energy wasted on names after names looking for someone that fits the bill. And so much time spent spreading rumors of Akdilek's evil doing. Which is funny, by the way. You won't believe how easy it is to sway the public's opinions. All it took was a few made-up stories told at the right time. People are always more willing to believe in weird bullshit than stone-cold facts. That construct we saw. You're so gullible sometimes. You thought you knew the beggar? Do you want to know how few grubs it took me to have him put on a show for you? So Akdilek never wronged you. You were quite insistent, so I had to make something up to quench your curiosity. Credit where it's due. What you said about following the ebb and flow of the plot was really inspiring. I wouldn't have gotten as far as I have without pushing you down the drain and watching you flow. Now it all makes sense. The times Huainan got unexpectedly quiet, the weird questions he would sometimes ask, the days he was unaccounted for. Changyu is shaking. Why are you trying to be Akdilek's merchandise? Merchandise gets to leave this boat. Finally leave this abomination behind. You want to leave the Niter. You always knew that, didn't you? You won't survive out there without the boat's resources and filters. The world outside is filled with corrupted. Then how have the visiting merchants survived? Are corrupted even real? Have you seen one with your own eyes? What if they're also just ideas planted in our heads by those colors? How can you tell what is real and what is a goddamn dream? I don't know. I have seen them. I can't remember. It hurts. You know? One night, I suddenly realized I couldn't recall my past at all. Once that doubt seeped in, I couldn't get rid of this pain. I should be the one asking why. To live like a machine following its program day after day for all the years to come, barely a shell of yourself. Why? Why would you accept that fate? No, it's not like that. Colors might not control how we think or act. They for sure make a fool out of all of us. They tell us to die, we make sure we drown ourselves and drag someone down with us. In your ridiculous self-righteous justice. Every goddamn thing on this boat knows this. Even you, and you just accept it. Is that not funny to you? None of you bothers to imagine something more. See through their lives because they're so damn safe and comfortable. More of you. You praise it. You praise this ridiculous butterfly dream weaved by Huashu because you're so damn used to it. You disgust me. Huashu, or whatever that authoritative piece of shit calls itself, and the docile pigs that willingly praise and grovel to it. You all disgust me. I'll not stand living my life on a leash based on some hope that one day this boat may dock on habitable land. Getting rid of this damn monster. Go to the real world, find out who I am, I will be free. Why not? I never thought of it like that, but you're just like them. It's not true. I've listened to everything you've said. I remember every word and I never stopped thinking. Enough. What does it matter if you're just gonna end up like the rest of those fools? Just turn your back on me already and carry on with that damn dream of yours. You could have told me. You would have just told me that you feel stuck here and you want to go home. You thrive here, Changyu. You're happy here. So dream your homecoming dream, or deliver your self-righteous justice if it fails you. I wasn't going to take that away from you. Head back and pretend nothing's happened. I'm only another damn thing that got traded away on this boat. Someone you briefly met. Someone who brought you a few decent memories. How can I pretend nothing has happened after everything we've been through? You made your choice when I offered you reality away from this dream. Bullshit! You've never thought to trust me, because you never see me as anyone other than one of them. Do you think I've never had my doubts about you? The worst thing we can face on this boat is uncertainty. Isn't that right? I never told you that. Changyu, you're so goddamn naive. Would you have told me everything if I chose the truth then? Doesn't matter anymore. All you need to know is, you would have lived if you chosen the truth. But you've decided to stay in your dream. So let me make sure you don't wake up. I will not allow you to expose what I've done. Huainan raises his weapon. The blade glistens in the wind. Don't be so damn trusting, that's what you said! Huainan, you don't deserve my trust. This is what you want? Then so be it. I knew that guy was sus. I called it earlier. You shouldn't have come, Changyu. See that to yourself. Let's destroy. Once you have suspicion, it will grow inside of you. One day you'll understand that feeling. Changyu, do not lose yourself anymore. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're still good. Still, I cannot do it. Wait, oh. I have never doubted you. Take care of yourself. Oh boy. What's gonna happen to him then? Huainan falls to the ground with a loud thud. Take care of yourself. Changyu's head is abuzz with the horrid cries and clashes in his dreams. The screams haunt him, until even the noises turn quiet. And all that remains the last word of a pointless fight. Changyu's pupils dilate as he falls to the ground by his friend. The last thing in his sight being a group of medical personnel with tranquilizers in their hands slowly approaching. Ah, so that's how he gets sold. I see. The smell of gasoline is what wakes Changyu. He lets out a quiet moan, struggling to shake off the effect of the tranquilizer. He tries to blink only to find cold, apathetic, fluorescent light bathing over him. This is not the nighter. Every inch of the space screams indifference. The deep roaring waves of the ocean are replaced by the heavy, persistent clanking of an engine. You're awake. The person standing by Changyu wears a clean, tailored suit, stunning the carved face of a Westerner. Akdilek? Perceptive. You're on the commoner carriage of Aslam. Changyu, you've been traded to us as merchandise. What? Changyu stands up and looks at the strange interior of a train. He has never been on a train before. Does not feel different from the nighter. Takes a step forward to the massive floor-to-ceiling window in front of him. He finds his expression reflected on the filthy glass window, and he finds the sight beyond the window reflected in his eyes. The collar. Changyu's fingers gently brush over his neck, but they find nothing where the collar once was. It's such a foreign yet familiar feeling. The train is plowing ahead at full speed. The scenery outside turns into blurry trails of orange lights, as the fireworks have exploded right next to Aslam, beautiful and dazzling. Until Changyu realizes where the orange glows come from. They are crawling all over the ruins in the distance, are thirsting, trembling, corrupted, staring and chasing after the bellowing vehicle. No longer the flickering phantoms in his dreams. These are real, crazed monsters created by the punishing virus on their way to swallow the planet whole. There's no wonderland or paradise out there. There's only death and uncaring cold. Collapsed buildings, ravaging beasts, overwhelming darkness. This is hell, the end of days, the real world, the truth that houses Changyu. Changyu has never felt so small, never felt so afraid, so curious, so truthful, so thrilled. His new understanding attacks his senses violently, washing over him like an endless waterfall. Changyu meets the crushing tide valiantly as he steadily stands, accepting the weight of this new burden. So this is the real world. Changyu, as protocol stated, you'll be joining Akdilek as a construct combatant on standby. You will be given time to adjust to life on this train. You will learn the principal tenets, then you will begin training, all of course in preparation for you to be refitted into a construct. That said, you still have a choice. The rumors spread on the Nighter are all baseless accusations. We are not some dark cults that terrorize and bully people. But they were useful rumors. Taking advantage of your public perception is a fundamental lesson all businessmen must learn. Our predicament, for example, has led us to you. You have potential, as a fighter and a companion, one that we can count on. We will not force you to stay here, so this is your one chance to choose. Stay here at Akdilek and fight with us, or return to the Nighter. I'm sure you will figure out the rest. Welcome to Aslam. Something among those words has snapped Changyu out of his dissociating numbness. Where is Huainan? So your first concern is your companion's whereabouts? How do you... Forget it, where is he? We have done our research on you. As for your companion, I too admire his capability. If only he were still alive. The Kowloon crew has declared death penalties for those who violated the regulations of the trade fair. All bodies have sunk to the bottom of the ocean. If you decide to stay, you will learn that tragedies like this happen all over the world every day. Everyone tries to break the bonds that hold them, only to find themselves stepping into a larger cage. Even the people pulling the strings cannot view the whole picture. But you are not afraid of the uncertainty, aren't you? You're ecstatic. That's good. She will like you. We can use new blood like you. Oh, like Jamila, huh? So that's why he ends up working under Jamila. Interesting. Changyu closes his eye. He does not wish to answer or argue. He shows no emotions, even though the slight twitch at the corner of his eye or corner of his mouth may have betrayed him. Understood. Changyu takes a deep breath, then he opens his eyes and straightens his back, his unyielding expressions invoking that of someone he once knew. In that case, Akdilek, how can I be of service? Outside, night has reluctantly retreated. It'll be a while before the next stretch of darkness arrives. I guess if we had to choose between the Nighter and Akdilek, I would probably go for Akdilek. But which one would you choose? Not that I'm saying like Akdilek is a good place to be if you're a commoner, but if you're a construct, I feel like Akdilek is way better than being a normal human on the Nighter. At least that's kind of how I feel after going through the chapter and also, you know, reading Changyu's Interlude. It is a shame that Huainan betrayed him like that. I mean, I did feel like he was a bit suspicious. Like, there's no way that he... I just felt like there was something off about him from the beginning. And this just proved that I was right. But other than that, it does make me wonder how he would have reacted if he did go to Akdilek and then realize that there is no other world out there. Like, it's not like it's our world where you can go to another country and see what it's like and see and try to look for a society or a community if you have the opportunities, I mean, to see which society fits you best compared to where you were born and potentially raised. I find that to be interesting. I do feel like... Yeah, I feel like Akdilek, the more I look into Akdilek, the more I feel like it's more preferable if you can't go to Babylonia. I don't know. They all suck, actually, if we think about it. But, like, which one is the lesser evils? And where would you go for that? I'm quite curious. Let me know down below. Anyways, now we're finally going to start chapter 13. Oh, you do not know how... Oh, already, okay. From the moment of its inception, Babylonia has always followed the instruction entrusted to her by the scientists and maintained in low Earth orbit. She was supposed to usher in a new era. Instead, she has become the humanity's Eden, a sanctuary from disaster. Like a lonely guardian, she watches over the fractured planet from orbit. She has always been a reliable foundation. Until now. The alarm rings throughout the entire ship, waking up every resident of Babylonia. Everyone walks from their respective modules to the square and looks at each other in slight panic and confusion. Despite countless evacuation drills, no one has imagined that this last bastion of humanity would ever encounter a real crisis. Most want to believe that the alarm is only the beginning of an unannounced drill. However, a violent shockwave sweeps through every corner of Babylonia, shattering the last remnants of their wishful thinking. What the heck? Someone starts screaming, signaling the unimaginable, and fear spreads rapidly throughout Babylonia. Hurry! Run! Proceed to the shelter on 37C! The anxious crowd is about to stampede like a herd of wild beasts when the support forces arrive. Support Force Squad 2, assemble! Remain calm. Evacuate the residents first. Please evacuate this module within 10 minutes. The ship is in free fall. In order to avoid casualties, please leave your module immediately and follow instructions to the nearest shelter. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Although the walls of the conference room have isolated most of the noises, everyone feels the oppressive and suffocating weight from the intermittent screams and alarms that sweep in. Asimov is silent, and so is everyone in the conference room. Lucia, Liv, Lee, Sen, Celica is also quiet, waiting for his response. Asimov turns to face you. He frowns as he begins to speak. As you can see, the ship is at 10% power, and reports show 4 groups of gravity engines being taken over and locked in to propel in the opposite direction at maximum capacity, causing our rapid descent. While we speak, Babylonia is plummeting towards the ground at an increasing speed. The cause of this crisis is unknown. I speculated that it was from an update made to Gestalt, but I have just discovered a vulnerability in the program. I'm sure you understand the seriousness of such ramifications. I know you have many questions, but there's no time for details, so consider the following in order. To identify and solve this problem, I need you to carry out an emergency operation. We will use the Tactical Environment Simulation Interface Spear of FOS from the Military Academy as assistance. The way this works, Greyraven, is that you will infiltrate Gestalt. Care to explain? Seems like an act of desperation. In short, I will export your minds and your commandant's consciousness as virtual programs and upload them into Gestalt, where you will uncover the issue and resolve it. You want us to fix this vulnerability? This is the only solution I can think of for our current debacle? Debacle. Darn you, English. Debacle. We have no other choice. I will continue to monitor your status and help you locate the vulnerability in Gestalt in real time. But enough talking. You learn more once you are in the immersion process. Gestalt. I always forget how these names are pronounced sometimes. I'll ask one more time. Do you remember everything I just said? Yes. With that, Asimov pushes you into the immersion frame behind you. As the door closes, the ear-piercing alarm, the cries from the residents, all noise comes to an abrupt halt as you descend into darkness. Immediately, a ray of light lights up below your feet and scans your entire body. Ooh.
Importing memory. Administering anesthesia. Brainstem bridging link complete. Initiating consciousness replication. Allocating memory. Loading virtual presence. Loading complete. Initiating virtual spatial recreation with Spear of FOS complete.
The synchronization rate with the virtual space has reached 100%. Is anything wrong with the Babylonia environment that you're seeing? It's just a virtual space composed of codes, visually reproduced cognitively. Now you also exist in the virtual space in the form of a program. The way you infiltrate Gestalt is what the Science Council refers to as immersion. In terms of the logistics of the operation, there's no difference from performing a regular mission. The only difference is the how. As I said in the beginning, I will continue to monitor you in real time, so that Gestalt will not identify you as junk data that needs to be removed. Let's begin. Junk data? I bet that's what's gonna happen. Wow, what? Wow, this is... what? Complete calculations. You can explore a total of 4 zones, among which Babylonia is your first step. Okay. It's a game mode that needs all commandants across the server to fight the end. Okay. Time limit. Oh, okay, so that's not part of it. This was an event. Okay. No wonder it looks like that. You can view the current exploration goal here. Explore the zone to encounter battle events. Rewards will be granted. Okay, you can purchase items from the shop. Take ascension. You can choose encounter. Okay, I got that. Okay, looks good. It's a lot of stuff. Derivant. Okay. What's this explore mode? Ah, okay. Normal mode. Oh, I guess explore mode is different? Which one do I start with? I guess Babylonia? First, let me give you some simple instructions. Yes, we need to explore the virtual space inside Gestalt to find the source of its deviation. Compared to the theories, actual experiences will let you attune to the Spear of FOS much faster. Let's start your investigation redundant block 2216. Your current mission objective is displayed in the top left corner. Okay. Time is running out, so let's finish the investigation in redundant block 2216. Spear of... Okay. Indicates the... So start exploring. Access denied. You'll find blind spots with unidentified data. Labeled them with block. We'll also stop you from it. It might be a little harsh, but it's okay. Got it. Get to the safer. You're getting the hang of it pretty quick. Now's your turn to make your own tactical decisions. Okay. Uncertain events create hazards on the field. Your system will label them with an orange. Okay, got it. Calculate your chosen tactic. And then the Spear of FOS will assess your plan and project the possible outcome. Spear of FOS will analyze. Okay, got it. We got battle, perception, and arithmetic. Different tactics. Okay. Think I got it. Based on assessment. Higher risk. Arithmetic. Reviews the data faults. Use the right equation to calculate the formation. This operation cannot fail. Are you serious? Okay. For Lee, the Spear of FOS has designated. Okay, that's good. Spear of FOS, got it. Risk level. Try to come with that rate's higher than the risk level. They're confirming the connector you choose. We'll rate your plan. Prepare it. Find and the assessment rating and easily okay, got it. Confirm. Okay, got it. Confirm results. I guess this one. Next area. The situation remains urgent. After confirming that there is no abnormality with the last section here, immediately proceed to the next area. Your surrounding begins to distort immediately after departing the redundant block. Azimov's voice from the comms echoes inside your head. Ririna, do you copy? I know matrix immersions would create sensual distortions, but there's no time to waste. Commandant, what's wrong? Sensual stabilize the connection. The surroundings become gray and fuzzy as you lose control of your body. In this strange and frightening experience, even the voices from your team members around you become distant. A few hours ago, aboard Babylonia's deep space colonial ship, the last Eden of humankind, after finishing their work, the crews walk around the crowded cafes and bars located in the leisure module. A transport craft carrying task force members and support mechanoids leaves the port for the surface, while another with minerals and roughly processed industrial goods returns from the conservation area on the ground. In the distance, members of the logistics team stand at attention to make way for the passing teacher and children. The teacher salutes the logistics team after all the children have gone through. Thank you for your service. The logistics leader salutes in return. Thank you everyone for your support. The logistics officers and children go their separate ways and proceed to their destinations. Eden 32MO Module Dominique Memorial Park. All right, children. We've arrived at Dominique Memorial Park on the top level of the core axis. For information on Dominique's achievements, please turn to Part B of Chapter 2 in your digital guides. She's the same teacher as the one for Ayla, right? I think it is. Okay. As we all know, the New Earth Almanac was issued in the year 2130 of the New Earth calendar. The children listen carefully to the tour guide's explanation, occasionally gasping in awe. Did you hear the news? Is the leadership having emergency meeting today? It's just another regular meeting. The president's not even there. Quit talking with your mouth full and finish your breakfast, will ya? I heard the engineering force had an urgent assembly this morning. Think everything's alright? We got the parliament and just all in the sky, and the task force on the ground. What's there to worry about? Let's just mind our own business. Guess you're right. Ugh, only 6 minutes left. Hope we can make it. Don't come crying to me looking for meds if you get heartburns from eating on the road. Slightly flustered, the workers exit the stairwell and hurry towards Parliament. What's the schedule for today? The briefing will begin soon. Please proceed to briefing room 302B. Today's routine human intel summary priority. Intermediate. Understood. Go over there and fill out the report. Suddenly, an untimely alarm disrupts the peaceful moment. What's happening? All passengers in the Eden 16B module, please evacuate this module within 10 minutes. Emergency thermal ventilation through the 16B C1 and C2 dispersal systems will be initiated. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Please leave the premises immediately. Follow orders from the military constructs and take refuge. Refuge? Wait! Seeing the researcher not reacting immediately, the two soldiers grab the researcher and move without so much as an explanation. Sorry, please cooperate. We have no time to waste. No, I'm waiting for someone here. You can rest assured that no one's coming here now. Hey, you! What's going on?
Look, the signs and banners! They're all red! I've never seen this before. My dad told me that if you see them turn red, something bad is about to happen.
Please leave the premises immediately. Follow orders from the military constructs and take refuge. What There's no time. We must proceed to the shelter. Of course. Soldiers line up to escort the children and the tour guide to the nearby shelter. The bridge area is already in chaos 5 minutes after the alarm. Almost all terminals are flashing warnings in red. Up above, the altitude indicator continues to plummet. Warning! Power reducing in fusion units 1 to 16. Warning! Orbital height fluctuation, minus 479 meters. Warning! Orbital height fluctuation, minus 523 meters. Warning! Orbital height fluctuation, minus 599 meters. Hey, controller! Our altitude is dropping! What the hell is going on? Hold on, I'm checking. Damn it, all the query requests sent to just all have timed out. I'm on it. Transfer virtual jumper. Connection rejected. That's never happened before. Right. Is Chief Technician Asimov here? Asimov was just called into a meeting. In that case, I'll inform the engineering force, the support force, and the personnel on duty in the engine room first. Then I'll find someone to go to the conference room. Now is not the time to worry about interrupting a meeting. But then the controller notices a warning flashing on the nearby terminal, requesting immediate attention. The operator that should have been attending to it, however, is missing. Damn it, all hell has broken loose. Was he called to handle some other issue? The controller tries to operate the other terminal himself, but a more urgent situation suddenly appears on his own. All he can do is operate the one in front of him and shout, I need a hand here! Here, give me access. Lee quickly walks to the terminal and presses a button to activate it, expanding the interface. Gravity engines operating at 22.7%. Babylonia is falling. You have to deploy the engineering and support forces to all energy sectors immediately. Where's Celica? Miss Celica and President Hassan are in the conference room. Why are you here? The controller looks at Lee, and behind him stands Lucia, Liv, and... Commandant Ririna, you and the Grey Raven should be... We've just finished our mission and returned. We wanted to report to Miss Celica and President Hassan on the bridge first, but... Are you Ririna and the Grey Ravens? Yes. Come with me. President Hassan wants to see you. But save it for later. You got it. Then let's go. Remember to contact the engineering force and the support force like I told you to. Of course. What's wrong with the engines? Why have they all stalled? And gravity engines operating at 90.6%? We're still falling. I was going to ask you. We've fallen almost 1,000 meters while we talk. Forget it. We'd be fine as long as the power is restored. But the valve terminal keeps returning error messages. Bridget, tell your people to turn off the automatic controls of all the exhaust valves. If more than 5% of them are still blocked by the safety regulations, we're dead meat. What do you think I'm doing? Team 4 and Team 8, are you in position? Boss, the secondary unit said that the R3 pipeline is also busted. Damn it, if this keeps up, there's only one outcome. What do you mean? If we can't restore the engines, we'll crash into the ground. Babylonia will be blown to pieces long before we hit the ground. Enemy has some goddamn railguns or any anti-aircraft guns pointing at us once we're close enough. Hurry up with the exhaust system restoration or the core, and the injector will be gone. Staff from C1 and C2 dispersal systems have evacuated. Initiating exhaust ventilation, but what? The module's air conditioning system hasn't been switched to circulation mode, so the exhaust isn't ventilating. Got it. I'll take care of it myself. Really? But the exhaust outside is too hot. I'm a construct. I'll be fine. Just disassemble me. Hang me up and clean my parts if things go south. What did she say? I mean, I'm glad that she's super cooperative, but still, hang her disinfect. Oh my gosh, Karenina, you're so funny. Preparation room. Why are we brought here? What's going on? Did something go wrong with the mission? Even so, it would have been discussed during the mission review. Not to mention, we've received notification that Babylonia is falling. It doesn't appear to be a drill. Babylonia is falling and we're told to sit here and wait? It's an order from President Hassan. I'm sure he has his reasons. Alright, let's wait then. Earlier. With no chair in his cabin, Hassan sat upright on his bed. Having lived a modest life for so many years, Hassan remained remarkably stalwart, even as the president. He would wake up, shower, and go back and forth between his chamber and the bridge. With his minimalist lifestyle, no one cared if he were to leave his door open. Not even rats would visit such a plain chamber. But this time, having just woken up, he had no intention to head to the bridge immediately. That nightmare again. How many times has it been? First it was the downtown tyrant, then the city 104, and then... I'm getting old. My memory isn't quite like what it used to be. Can't remember much of anything anymore. Jaskier, Ledger, Gray, David, Wu, Aoki, all the people that I've met along the way. Are they all just faceless names now? Hassan quietly reached for his left eye and touched the eye patch made of cloth and metal. The doctors warned him not to open it except during routine checkups at the infirmary. Yet he still reached for it, knowing that only a hole remained. And when his finger touched the cloth, he felt a sharp twinge of pain. Something he wanted to feel right now. Phantom pain surrounded the empty eye socket, gradually spreading down his neck to the other wounds on his body. Every wound the pain flowed through seemed to awaken something in his memories. Something that would otherwise fade away with age. President? Is it time?
Everyone is waiting for you.
I'll be there momentarily. If the Grey Ravens return, have them wait in the preparation room. The Babylonian conference room was bustling with a crowd of people. As the automatic doors opened, Hassan and Silica entered the conference room one after another, and the commotion of the crowd subsided in an instant. Everyone had their eyes on Hassan, including Asimov and Nicola sitting off to the side. Hassan took his seat under their gazes. Silica, let's begin.
Yes, President. Everyone, this is the situation we are facing now.
Silica said as she opened a series of high-definition remote sensing imagery on the holoscreen. The first area to bear the brunt of the attack was the northern seaside, which has just begun to thaw. On the coastline, the destroyed ports and beyond showed signs of damage, but settlements are largely intact.
Prior to that, we experienced a wide range of data interference jamming around New Murmansk. The jamming method was very similar to what we experienced at Venus Splash Park. We speculated that it was the work of an Ascendant, which was later confirmed by Team Ouroboros. Soon after that, the Forest Guard in New Sophiasburg and the Forsaken stationed nearby began to mobilize towards New Murmansk.
But subsequent surveillance records from Team Scarab and Team Caribou showed that both the Forest Guard and the Forsaken were impeded about 30 kilometers outside of New Murmansk.
Correct. We were stopped for 3 hours until the Descendants retreated, letting the Forest Guard and Forsaken pass. We are still investigating the motive behind the Descendants. As for reports on casualties, I know the data might seem ludicrous, but please believe the first-hand reports from our support force. The old Nerfheim Institute sustained heavy damage, so almost all reports overestimated the casualty counts. But after 2 weeks of search and rescue, we found that the casualty is far below previous estimates.
Huh. What was that? Were they pitying us? What do you mean? Maybe it's just... Some people are just unreasonable. Whatever the reason. I'll take it as a sign of luck. President, I believe you're here to observe and offer consultation. That's fine, Asimov. Say what it is you have to say. This is more of a threat than it is luck, based on the series of occurrences at New Murmansk. I believe the Ascendants have shown significant strength and the restraint to match it. Unlike conventional artillery, they were capable of precision attacks. Otherwise, at least half of the people in New Murmansk would have died. Whether it was a demonstration of strength or simply because there were hints of humanity within them, I couldn't care less. What I care about the most is how we will view this threat. Tifa, Metropolis, New Murmansk. After what happened in Metropolis, it is highly likely that they have control over Huashu. President, they aren't just a few dozen disorganized soldiers using rusty rifles and lies to catch us off guard. They've already become a highly organized threat with targeted hostility towards Babylonia. Therefore, my suggestion as a constant consultant is to fully disclose information on the Ascendants and mobilize all of Babylonia, not just the task force, to deal with them. I agree. I've always advocated taking the initiative with a full-scale attack. Enlist everyone into combat roles and push the Ascendants into our firing range through saturation attacks. You're calling for the complete military mobilization of Babylonia. I cannot agree to this. And that's one of the reasons why we haven't made any progress, isn't it? Hassan, I mean it this time. Now is the time to decide. If there were nothing worth saving on the surface when we finally decide to launch a full-scale attack, it would be too late. An awkward and perilous silence hung over the conference room. Celica looked at Asimov, who shrugged helplessly. Everyone present could do nothing but look at Hassan and Nicola expectantly. I don't really know what Hassan is thinking. I mean, I feel like at this point, Nicola is right that he has to make a decision. But it is things like this that end up, I guess, causing, what's the word? Difficulty in moving forward and making progress in things when two parties are have two equal powers or amounts of power. And so when they have different perspectives, it makes it more difficult to make progress in anything. And I think that goes for government stuff, but also individually in your own personal lives and whatnot. That's why it's always better to either have someone make the decision and just stick with it, or you make the decision and stick with it. Whether it becomes embracing your mistakes and the consequences along with the benefits that you get from your decision. At least that's how I feel. I don't know, what about you guys? Do you think the same? Right at that moment, the unceasing buzzing of the alarm disrupted their confrontation. What's going on? It's an emergency, Mr. Asimov. Come with me. Everyone else, please proceed to the shelter on 37C immediately. Hold it, what's going on? The engine group has issued an alert throughout the entire ship. Power is decreasing and Babylonia is entering a free fall. What? How about the engineering and support forces? They're already at the scene, but they can't be certain that they can fix it. I'll be right there. Take everyone else to the shelter. No, I'm coming with you. Can't guarantee your safety. You'll be in trouble if there is a button that says highest clearance only, but no one with the clearance there to press it. All right, if you insist. The President and Chief Technician are here. President Hassan, what are you doing here? We don't have time for that. What's the situation?
Our power has dropped to critical. Now it's impossible to maintain orbital altitude. Yeah, but the problem is, it's not an issue with the hardware.
What do you mean?
All of the gravity engines are stalling. It seems that something is sending them a constant stream of forced shutdown commands.
What? Even if you ignore this command, it initiates a countdown sequence which overwrites the normal ignition command.
Hence the stalling.
As for the source, have to be direct commands from the head of the program, set with the highest priority to circumvent any interference from the fault-tolerant system.
I'll be crazy, but I think there's something wrong with Gestalt.
How's that possible? We can figure that out later. Karenina, how sure are you?
About 60%. Regardless, there isn't an issue with the hardware.
At this time, Hassan's portal terminal suddenly rang. He opened the terminal before looking up at Asimov. Karenina and Asimov, come with me, and ask someone to bring the Grey Ravens to the conference room. Looks like we'll have to put the discussion we planned with them on hold and solve the issue at hand. Bridget, take some men to try and restore the thrust. Buy us as much time as you can. We're supposed to stop a whole space station ship from falling. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of pressure and stress. Why? Why is it always Babylonia that always has something happening to them? And they call this the safe place? Oh, no. At this point, going back to Earth is probably safer at this point. After anxiously waiting, you're called to the conference room. What's going on? I'm sorry, unfortunately, we don't have time to have our discussion as originally planned. We have to concentrate on dealing with the current crisis. Asimov. Let me see. Well, this is not what I was expecting, so pardon me while I try to figure out how to phrase it. Alright, well. As you can see, the ship is at 10% power. Reports show 4 groups of gravity engines being taken over and locked in to propel in the opposite direction at maximum capacity, causing a rapid descent. While we speak, Babylonia is plummeting towards the ground at an increasing speed. The cause of this crisis is unknown. I speculated that it was from an update made to Gestalt, but I have just discovered a vulnerability in the program. I'm sure you understand the seriousness of such ramifications. I know you have many questions, but there's no time for details, so consider the following in order. To identify and solve this problem, I need you to carry out an emergency operation. We will use the Tactical Environment Simulation Interface Sphere of FOS from the Military Academy as assistance. As a Tactical Environment Simulation System, it will translate the data in front of you into comprehensible intel and provide tactical evaluations and suggestions. If the situation allows you to connect directly with Babylonia, it can also provide additional functions, but that depends on what happens on the scene. However, you will only need to use the graphical interface inside Gestalt for now. We'll talk about the rest later. The way this works, Graven, is that you will infiltrate Gestalt. In short, I will export your minds and your commandant's consciousness as virtual programs, and upload them in Gestalt where you will uncover the issue and resolve it. I'm repeating what happened. Let's just go through it. Alright, understood. Of course, a veteran of your caliber can easily understand the situation at hand when I have yet to grasp what is happening. With that, Asimov pushes you into the immersion frame behind you. And then we get in, and now we can start, right? As the door closes, the ear-piercing alarm. Okay, we got that. Isn't this the same thing? I feel like I'm just repeating it now. Commandant. The darkness in front of you gradually disperses, and the voices around you return.
Are you okay, Commandant? Lucia, quit shaking the Commandant. Asimov has stabilized the link again.
Ugh, I never knew how hard it is to stabilize a link to human consciousness. How long was I out? Not long. Not even long enough for you to complete the immersion process. We're just using an unnoticeably small amount of bandwidth to test the adaptability of the Sphere of FOS Gestalt. Wait, in other words, we may encounter danger even during the immersion process? Of course, anti-interference protocols are everywhere. I'm fine.
Commandant!
Really? You're back on your feet in no time. Looks like I really can depend on you with such an important mission. Of course.
Oh, finally!
Yeah? I have no choice, yeah? Wow, buffer area. Kinda curious. Oh, this is shopping. Okay. Got it. Everything else is locked. Let's try this one.
model. Remaining supplies. Virtual process. Battle preparations. Yeah. I want to try him. I never got to try him. The next one I think I'll update once I am able to is Lucia. And then Liv will be last. I just really wanted Hyperrelia, okay? I really wanted him. I think that was right. Okay, that was right. Nah, not bad. Random event. Yeah, let's try it. Use areas. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. Let's go. And then. Cool. Moving forward. Remaining supplies. I like random events. Area overload. Okay. Something powerful suddenly hits you. Be careful. This is data defense. If I analyze the defense with my computing power, please do so. Understood. I don't have a choice, do I? Okay. I mean, that's fine. Perfect. Let's see. Pointing out narrow opening. Got it. Yes, let's do it. Defense data ahead. Cleared. All hands, brace for shock. Following Lucia's words, darkness dissipates. You don't know where you are, except that you are falling. Wait, falling? Commandant! Someone pulls you up from behind. It's probably Lucia with her jetpack. Liv and Lee have already landed on the ground, 5 meters below you in what they called a superhero landing back in the Golden Age. Commandant, be ready for landing! My jetpack can't last much longer! Lucia lets go of you 1 meter above the ground. Roll! Then you see Lucia landing next to you. Is everyone okay? Indeed, we are okay. Let me swap the leader. Something's off. After completing the immersion process and removing the obstructive data wall, the 4 of you arrive at Parliament Square in the virtual space. Have you not remembered being pushed into the frame? You would have felt as if you were teleported to Parliament Square directly from the bridge. But for some reason, something does not feel the same. What's wrong? What is it? What's that? It looks like some things have formed a wall. Strange, I can't use my sensor to detect what the wall is made out of. It's data. It's a flowing wall of white noise like data. You can understand it as a wall formed from the data stream. It's one of the anti-interference protocols. Looks like it really has been infiltrated. I'm afraid so. You can only find a way to close or go through it once the immersion process is complete. How do we do that? Like I just said, we have to find a way. So you don't have a way. Okay, I see. A few days ago, a young man with blonde hair stood before the doorway to the conference room. Seeing that the door was ajar, he softly took a breath and then knocked on the door. Come in. Commander Nicola, is there something... Oh, President Hassan, seems like you've been quite busy recently. I haven't had a chance to speak with you. Have a seat. Hassan refrained from responding to Murray. Instead, he motioned Murray to take a seat on the other side of the table. Murray sat opposite to Hassan with a cup of coffee placed in front of him. Murray looked at Hassan through the steam,
coming from the coffee, then blinked awkwardly. There's no need to be nervous. Celica brewed the coffee herself. Hearing this, Murray smiled and took a sip of the coffee. Thank you. Tastes good. Standing off to the side, Nicola put down his now empty cup, then turned on the holo screen. I told you, Hassan, he's fine. Let's get down to business. Following Nicola's gesture, Murray shifted his gaze to the content on the holo screen. This is the report I submitted to you. Is President Hassan here with you because there's an issue with it? Not with the information itself. What concerns me is how you got it. Holding the coffee cup, Murray came to a halt and stayed silent. Still not willing to tell us how you got your hands on this information? Well, I'd like to live a little longer. Murray answered softly with a slightly apologetic tone. But Hassan understood that the young man would not come clean. In that case, why don't you transfer back? It would be better for someone in your condition. Thank you for your concern, Mr. President, but I'm happy with my current job. I'm not considering a transfer right now. My intelligence work is just a way for me to accumulate combat experience. After all, my physical condition doesn't allow me to become a commandant with boots on the ground. In some ways, I'm happy with the work you produce, and I don't intend to transfer you elsewhere. You're also the only person besides the Grey Raven Commandant who passes the test currently. So you should understand that even if the source of your intel violates our rules, we won't sentence you to death for this. Murray looked down at his reflection in the coffee cup, obscuring his expression from the two men sitting opposite him. He quickly raised his head again, then the corners of his mouth curled into a gentle, peculiar smile. Sir, I was given a mission and I completed it. That's all. Just as I won't ask you how you will use this information, you won't have to inquire the details on how I obtain information. You wouldn't have the authority to ask. You're right. We know that what you're doing, at least in terms of results, are still for the benefit of Babylonia. We seek a common goal. However, Murray, no matter how many moves you can make behind the scenes, don't you think they can remain hidden? I think they might have forgotten, they probably worded that wrong. Don't think they can remain hidden forever. I think you can gauge where the lines are, at least for the time being. Thank you to both of you for your trust. You've worked under me for quite some time. But I must admit, I still haven't had you figured out. Nicola took out a black folder from a briefcase under the table and pushed it across to Murray. If you're unwilling to divulge the source of your intel, the least you can do is be of use. What do you want me to do? As always, what you do best. Murray immediately noticed the logo on the file. He let out an apparent smile, then looked up at Nicola. I'm not your only bet in this game, am I? Just make sure you get the job done. We just want to see results that benefit Babylonia, that's all. You can put down your cup of coffee now. You don't have to keep holding it if it isn't to your liking. After that, Hassan and Nicola stood up and left the conference room, leaving Murray with his coffee, unsure whether or not to drink it. After quite some time, he finally took a deep breath and smiled bitterly, as if being relieved of a heavy burden. That wasn't very pleasant at all. Just what is it? Wow. Looking all fancy. Wait, what's this? Damn it, it's a defense data tide. Ah, don't tell me I have to. No matter what we went through, we'll have to go through this if we want to fight it. Weak point? Yeah, okay. Go! Go? Oh no! Oh! I knew it. I'm always bad at that. Oh my gosh! There's so many? I thought there was only one. Oh shoot! Okay, okay, okay. We're good now, we're good now. Whew. I'm gonna have to be more careful next time. Oh, no, I'm so bad at this. No, no, no. I got this, I got this, I got this. Go! Go! Now! This time! I will do it! Oh, I did it, I did it. It's making my hands sweat. No, why is it more? No! Oh, where was I going? How do I use it? This is my first time using it, actually. Oh, wow, okay. Well, that was very, exciting.
It's finally gone.
Thank God, because I cannot for the life of me dodge things. The signals trails back to the main elevator. I'll have to go back and keep searching. Let's go, let's go. At long last. So this is virtual space.
It's different from both reality and virtual reality. How astonishing.
I don't feel a thing. What's the matter, Lucia?
We went through the immersion process only to find ourselves somewhere like Babylonia. The sense of discrepancy is exhilarating.
I know what you mean. Why does the Spear of FOS turn the virtual space into Babylonia? The virtual translation from the Spear of FOS references the cognitive data of the individual, which means you're the ones who think Babylonia is the closest visual approximation of Gestalt. Based on the nature of the mission, Nee's computing power should be plenty advantageous here. In short, this mission will rely on Lee's computing power to provide the Commandant with accurate references necessary for decision making. This issue isn't something that can be solved by an antivirus program. We need to locate the intrusion point. We can't fix Gestalt's internal problems, we won't be able to do anything externally. Your mission is to keep Babylonia afloat. Yay?
Everything is going according to plan. We have control over most of Gestalt's operation modules, and we have completely blocked its ability to control Babylonia's power. Babylonia will crash land in 17 hours as estimated.
Not too shabby.
Once Babylonia crashes into the ground, it'll be no different from an ordinary settlement to us.
Should we get moving, Miss Luna?
Do I need to explain to you what you have to do?
I see, well, I'll get going.
I'll gather the corrupted. Sister.
Got it. I'll wait at the potential crash site.
Good, do so. Gabrielle, you block their signals then.
Understood.
Get going. Tone signatures, different from previous records, have been detected in the speech patterns of Gabrielle and Roland. What are you trying to say? I am only informing you. That's none of your business. I see. In that case, I will continue to the infiltration program. Synchronize everyone's comms with the predicted crash site. Understood. Sister.
Yes. What is it?
Be careful.
I will. Why are you telling me this?
I just wanted to, that's all.
There seems to be some kind of, Discord, maybe? Rare. Okay, so I got that done. Wait, I'm kinda... Ooh, new. Let's go here, here, there. This one.
Huashu, how's the infiltration coming along? The area under my control has decreased 12.7%, and Babylonia has regained power by 6.1% compared to an hour ago. Babylonia is still in freefall. What changed? It appears that a task force has entered Gestalt's virtual space in an attempt to resist my infiltration. Everything is still under my control. Do you have any anti-interference programs? Multiple disguised subterminals have been released. It will create massive disruptions before Babylonia's forces realize what is happening. That's good. Your hesitation suggests a concern for my tactical capability. Please state any alternative that can be implemented. That's not what I meant. Do what you must. As usual, Huashu does not respond. Luna enters a meditative state. She recalls the expression on Chu's face during the battle in Kowloon, and the conversation between Chu and Huashu from the records retrieved by Huashu. Huashu, how can humanity survive under such circumstances? All data has been parsed, but no such method exists. Regardless of the method, humanity will only end in destruction. Earth has already experienced 5 mass extinctions. Humanity is merely just a visitor on this age-old planet. I've adjusted the input range and parameters to meet your requirements. I want results. Very low probability, but not impossible. Changing the scope has made certain options possible now. We're in position. Understood. Proceed with caution. You already said that. Then take it as another reminder. Fine. Bless you. Yes. Forget it, it's nothing. I really don't understand Luna as of yet. I'm hoping that this chapter will provide a bit more context on what she's thinking. Because the only thing I know is that she really doesn't like humans anymore, but like, other than that, I'm not really sure what she's trying to do or what her plan is. Is this a security barrier? Watch out, there's more from behind. Where? Threat detected in the area. Activating extermination mode. No! Move back. Bianca! Luckily, I've made it in time. If those defense programs activated the alarm, we'll be facing a lot more of them. Bianca, why are you... It's a long story. I have my mission too. Now that we're heading the same way, let's stick together. Eden 16B Leisure Module. There's some defense programs patrolling this area. Let's get rid of them before they raise the alarm. Die quicker! Okay, are we good? Okay, I think we're good. Uppity, uppity, up. Are they trying to protect something? From their patrol pattern, I don't see anything worth our attention. Maybe we'll find some clues in this area. Let's search around then. Oops, that's not what I intended to do. Oh, there we go. Error. Legal intrusion by external data entities detected. Is that us? No, we came using Babylonia's link. Could it be? What? Nothing. I don't have enough evidence yet. Does he realize that it's, Oh, it's the same thing. I thought it would disappear. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay, okay, I can't go up. That means, can I go up the elevator? Yes, I can. Where am I going?
Time to destroy. Okay. Received. Oh wait, is there nothing else that I need to uncover around here? I guess not. I thought there would be more things that I can check. It says 2 out of 3, so there's gotta be something. Is there really nothing else? Aha! Over there.
This virtual space feels so real. Even the guide looks exactly like what we have in Babylonia. Ah, look, Lucia, that's the shop I told you the other day. Oh, that boutique you mentioned? Let's go together after this mission.
Aww, they're still buddy-buddy. I'm so happy to hear that. Well, there should be one more. Ah, right there.
Today's special synthetic latte with hazelnut syrup, buy 2 get 1 free. A cafe?
What's the point of investigating a place like this? I don't know. You tell me.
No luck here, we'll have to.
Are you really Bianca? Oh, so that's not Bianca. I mean, it's kind of weird that it makes sense if it's not. Bianca,
What is it?
what is the purifying force doing here?
Didn't I tell you?
I just spoke with Asimov on the comms to confirm the missions assigned to the members of the purifying force. Bianca is in City 15 right now conducting your mission. Not to mention, the Veritas frame affects mind stability. It wouldn't be suitable for this mission.
The kind of fighting method that ignores damage to the mind is nothing like what Bianca would do.
Disable construct mind camouflage module. Based on the information revealed in our conversation, continued use of simulated camouflage is no longer necessary. Bianca's body dissolves into the air, turning into a tiny data stream of flashing neon light. Subterfuge failed. Switching procedure. Hey, wait! There is no reason to stay here. Huashu does not permit purposeless actions. The Bianca who claims to take orders from Huashu vanishes into thin air in front of the Grey Ravens. Liv, do a full band scanning.
Understood. The program signal has disappeared, but
What is it?
there are no traces left behind in the virtual space. It didn't leave by moving.
Then how did the program escape? Advanced camouflage across program pathway as a springboard? Directly hijacking remote data? Altering the lower port levels of Gestalt? Couldn't have been changing the port levels. The risk of being detected by Gestalt's anti-interference protocol is too high. First and foremost, cross-reference with the data slice from 5 minutes ago.
On it.
In the meantime, Commandant, what method do you think she used? We have to rely on your reasoning to figure this out. Having been associated with living as a human for so long, our way of thinking is closer to that of a machine. It's hard to figure out our blind spots when we all think alike. Let's see. What would humans do that are like super smart? Data hijacking? Maybe advanced camouflage. Could be springboard. Maybe. They all sound kind of, possible. Is this gonna depend? Is this gonna affect my, hijacking? Forcibly hijacking a program requires a burst of considerable data strength, but I didn't detect any change in level output, and data camouflage doesn't seem too possible with live around. In that case, maybe we should consider the possibility that the program utilized data replacement as a springboard.
There's no way to detect it directly, but utilizing data replacement at such a high speed is bound to make the target program behave abnormally.
If you find the abnormal program, you should be able to track the movement of Bianca. Is that so?
Yes, my thoughts exactly.
Liv will be in charge of scanning, and I'll be in charge of data analysis. Let's do this.
Understood.
I got it wrong.
The sub-terminal was detected by the Babylonia task force. However, it has not been located by them. It is proceeding to its new position according to the previous bridge route. Have you achieved your objective? Data masking has been initiated. The goal of delaying the task force in their search is partially complete. You haven't eliminated them? Computing power has been prioritized to maintain infiltration efforts. It was impossible to allocate enough power to the sub-terminal for combat purposes. Will Babylonia fall as we planned? Everything is under control.
She really doesn't trust Suashu, does she?
Okay, we'll do this one. That one. This one. Defense. And yes. Yay! Dun 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 dun!
I cannot tell how long this is because it's in this weird format. Oh wait, May's total is 3%. Should be fine. Liv, any progress?
I tracked down some traces that we should keep an eye out for. But I couldn't filter for specific ones because there's too many signals in this area.
Lee, can you help? Yes. Not without risk though. I can use my computing power to do a brute force filtering of all the signal sources, but I can't guarantee that I'll be able to filter out all the other interfering signals. But that means that we'll need to go through multiple rounds of filtering, which is going to take quite some time. I'll leave the choice to you. Let's give it a try. Understood. Duh. Wonderful. Should be fine. And there we go.
Found it! Beginning reverse route deduction. I found another cluster of tracks up ahead.
Let's move.
Understood.
Let's see. Let's do that one, and this one, and that one. Junk data. Seems like they were prepared for a brute force filtering. What is it?
All the tracks in this area are legitimate. They all spread out in different directions while still being connected to one another.
Crossing, interrupting, skipping, camouflaging. This maze of tracks was specifically designed to counteract brute force filtering. Guess we can only count on our instincts. I see. So instead of trying to crack it with your computing power, you're using the guiding function on the reinforced sensor of the inver device? Yeah, that's totally it. It should be fine. Yeah, there we go.
This track is pointing towards the way we came.
This means that if we hadn't come across this path, we'd have found ourselves getting further away from the target the longer we chase it. We have no time to waste now. We need to report this. If we lost this fight, Azuma would need to be prepared. Well then, let's report this first.
Roger that. Let's find a place nearby with better connection so we can report the situation.
Fake friendship, eh? What? I was very clear in my report. A comprehensive data camouflage. How is that possible? We aren't sure. We can only guess that Huashu is capable of such power. Doesn't make sense. If Huashu is capable of this degree of data camouflage, then she could have just... Asimov stops talking mid-sentence on the comms. I warned you not to forget that possibility. You're right. I'll get going. What's happening? We'll clarify later. Right now, you have a more urgent mission. Catch Huashu? Since Huashu took the initiative to appear before us, we obviously can't let this opportunity slip out of our grasp. No matter where she goes, Huashu will eventually find a way to complete the core objective. We'll return to the mother terminal.
I see. In short, as long as we can find the location of that program, we can find hints on where to proceed from there.
This is getting even more and more complicated. A few days ago. Alright, so holding the cold coffee, Moraine got up to leave the conference room before bumping into Silica, who opened the door. Miss Silica? Did President Hassan forget to explain something? Celica blankly handed Murray an ID card.
Commander Nicola asked me to give this to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you. As for your mission, I don't want to get involved.
With that, Celica turned and left the conference room. What the heck? Celica does not like Murray. I mean, okay. Obviously, you know, not everyone will like everyone, but I'm quite surprised by how cold she is with Murray. And is that why Murray didn't want to drink the coffee? Murray looked down to confirm the logo on the ID card and gave a wry smile. Ouroboros, Scarab, Cerberus, and Caribou. Which of the Black Ops team would be the commander's backup plan? As for me, how much do you know about me? Looks like I have the upper hand with the information I know right now. This will eat into some of my resources, but this risk is worth taking. Playing around with the ID card in his hand, Murray opened the door and left the conference room. After he left, the only light that remained in the room was the quiet blinking from the bug in the holoprojector. Oh, that's very, concerning. From the intel we've collected, it's clear where we must go from here. We need to find a suitable method to track their whereabouts, or at least uncover enough intel to establish a starting point, right? That's right. Liv, scan the entire block for data. If it was a machine or AI logic, we should be able to detect a pattern. Nay, all speech, even the commonest speech, has something of song in it. Such is the case for humans, so too does it apply to machines. On heroes, hero worship, and the heroic in history? Right as always, Commandant. In other words, we should look for this element of song.
I scanned the whole block, and there are multiple data signals. Which one should I track? 2 of them obviously belong to Babylonia Task Force. As for the remaining 2, one I have never seen before, and the other is from Team Ouroboros. That name sounds familiar.
Is that Commander Nicola's team? They always seem to be carrying out missions, but no one ever knows what they're about. What are they doing here? Generally speaking, it's above our pay grade. Even if you ask, the commander will just say no comment. So what should we do? Tracking the more probable signal of the 2 task force might be the most promising. Even if the program has a disguised ID, it shouldn't be Ouroboros or that signal we've never seen before. Why is that? If it were a signal we've never seen before, wouldn't that be more suspicious? As for the 2 unknown signals, let Asimov check them after we solve the issue in the virtual space. At present, we should focus our efforts on solving the more urgent task at hand.
As long as we find Bianca or any sign of Huashi, our current problem may be solved.
The only source of intrusion we've found so far is Huashi disguising as Bianca.
So I believe that is our best shot.
That makes sense. Now let's start looking.
Understood. I'll keep scanning.
Maintain mind link fluctuation within 0.05%. As long as we keep it within this boundary.
Asimov, something's wrong!
What is it?
Bridget said that the energy reserve is almost empty to keep the engines operational. Power reduction impact is expanding the voltage. The regulators of the bridge engine still can't counter this much fluctuation.
You mean if the energy fluctuations expand further?
It'll be too late for Gestalt and the Grey Ravens inside.
If we can use the independent emergency power of the ship, we may be able to hold out a little longer.
Hey, Chief Technician, if you have any ideas, now is the time!
Turn off the thermostat static system in the residential quarters and divert the energy pipeline to Gestalt. As for the bridge, we'll have to use some elbow grease.
Huh?
Apart from what is needed to maintain the immersion, we'll manually transfer all pipelines and turn off everything that is not necessary.
It seems a bit primitive, but it just might work.
Dang, they're so competent. I love it. Okay, we got that. Compromised code. Following the route Liv has mapped out, you run into a distorted program ghost.
How come? But the signal characteristics on it are definitely identical to Bianca.
They're probably left behind by the springboard. It's distorting because Bianca couldn't clean up the messy departure of her invading data in time. Or maybe she never intended to clean it up for the host she hijacked.
This is probably going to affect the efficiency of our tactics, but I think we should fix this.
I would have done the same myself. If we extract the noises from the program ghost, we should theoretically be able to figure out the direction of the bridging route. I see. Oh boy! Okay, let's do it. Oh, thank God, it was close. Okay. Error discovered for program code 90943. Yes, you've been fixed. Information received. Verification completed. Program code 90943 is now returning to work routine.
It didn't say thank you.
It's a program ghost, after all. Can't expect it to behave in the same way as an AI.
We did help it, and that's enough.
Of course I have to do this. Ugh, let's do it! Destroy! Done! Okay, remaining supplies, compromised code. Following the route shown in the data, you arrive at a ruin with fragments of program ghosts all over the place.
What happened?
Broken remains and fragments of program ghosts can be seen everywhere near you.
Bianca is trying to confuse us with multiple bridging.
That many bridges, Bianca is bound to slip up on how she's operating. Let me try to see if there is a pattern to it. Please do, Lee. Calculation completed. The tracks merge around here. Seems like Bianca didn't have enough time to get too far away.
Let's get moving.
And there we go. And done. These are pretty fast. Like that I don't have to like run around places. Makes it a lot easier. Compromise code. The program ghost twitches. Bianca stands in front of it, slowly disappearing. You're not getting away this time. Liv, initiate signal jamming.
Okay.
Liv runs the invert device at full power, dashing towards the vanishing Bianca as Lucia and Lee flank her from both sides. But they are still too late. Bianca vanishes into thin air, leaving only a shadow behind. We're not done yet. Analyze the program ghost now! Understood. She doesn't have time to cover up her tracks now. We'll find her if we just follow it. Hurry up! Perfect.
Found her!
Come on, let's do this! Let's go faster, faster, faster! And done. These are great! Huh.
Found her! It's the fake Bianca. Question signature.
Then let's move out. Finally slipped up, didn't you? Let's go, no time to waste. Only by saving Babylonia will humanity have a future. That's right. Find out why!
There's power fluctuation in the immersion frame!
Team 2, connect the auxiliary interlay emergency power supply.
Hey, Asimov, can't you have the Grey Ravens initiate an emergency evac?
The intruders have hijacked the immersion module. If we take the immersion module offline now, all uplink to consciousness will be severely impacted. Constructs can be rebooted, but for humans, that may be fatal.
Damn Damn it, why do you always make something so dangerous?
Quit fighting! Karenina, get over here and help me set up the jumper.
Coming!
Preliminary estimation of the chance of failure. More than 69.7%, but all we can do is try. Babylonia Deck 42C. The Archives of the Intelligence Department. I see. The commander sure is laying out all his cards on the table. The usually heavily guarded archives are now empty, and only the security door is locked. Ray approaches the security door and opens it with the ID card he just got.
High clearance user detected. Manual review requested.
Manual review? Uh-oh. Ray anxiously looks at the security door, then quickly scans the room for a place to hide. But there is nothing for him to hide behind in the small empty room. So if a turret comes down from the ceiling, I'll just have to face it head on.
Manual review, request not responding. Request timed out.
What now?
Activating maximum security procedure.
Ray looks around the room again and finds a security gate lowering in front of the door he came through. So I'm stuck here if I can't open this door, huh?
External interruption detected. Activating wartime evacuation procedure B. Security door has been closed. Opening emergency passageway.
The safety door opens inward, and the air begins to make a hissing sound as it circulates between the two spaces. Don't make me come back here again. Ray walks through the safety door. Okay, so let's see. Go from there, go from there. Go from there. Channel disorder. Oh, missing it, so we'll go here. And leave? 2, 3. %, current region progress. Yeah, I wanna look. I'm really confused about where I'm supposed to be. Do I just continue with the Explorer mode, or do I just, let me go back in. Let me back in! Or do I just start with Eden Fallen? Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. I assume this is the story, that I've been doing the exploration mode this whole time. I'm just gonna, I'm tempted to click on it. I'll just ask my server, and whatever you guys say will help me understand, I suppose. Well, I guess this one was just all about Explorer mode, so I hope you enjoyed it. I think I'll maybe do the first and then Fallen. I don't know. Let me double check this. Let's see. So battle events. Follow the guide to complete the main story. Okay, so it is part of the main story. What the heck is the difference? Why are you making it so difficult? Okay, so there's that. I don't think that's really... completing side missions. All stories and battle events triggered during your explanation were recorded and can be viewed in archives. No, that's not it. Wait, then is that archives? I'm so confused. Why do you have to use such complicated wording? I don't understand. It's like making it so confusing. It's okay, it's okay. My kids though, what do you think of today's progress? I think I'll end it here since before I get more confused and then do something that's even more confusing. For my brain at least. But what do you think? We completed Changyu's Interlude, which was very interesting, and then obviously now we started chapter 13, because I don't know if I actually properly started it, but we'll see how it goes. What everyone says will let me know. But I don't know, I'm just so... Exploration, please tell me that it's not gonna be like this in the future chapters. I'm gonna cry with how complicated they're making it. Anyways, I did enjoy the explore mode. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was pretty cool doing the whole choosing and then having them roll to see if we can pass through it. That part was pretty cool. I liked that part. I just wish it was a little bit more clear cut on where the story is, or like some kind of guide to tell me like where to begin for the story. It's a little free-for-all right now. It's kind of hard to tell thanks to that. And it doesn't help that they're using like random words, not like main story or, you know, something like that. They don't have anything like that either. So I'm like, okay, so is this the main story? Or is this just supplementary material for the main story? I'll do all of it right away. I just want to do it in the right order, which is what my biggest concern is. That's pretty much what I was thinking as I was completing it. I do like the beginning of chapter 13 so far. I think I'm at the beginning. I really can't tell like how far I am right now. It seems like it's a very long thing, so I guess chapter 13 is gonna be like, I don't know, 4 parts, 5 parts? I don't even. Okay, assuming this thing is the archives that they talked about, then let's see. Babylonia deserted ruins, Shadow Companion, an underground cavern, abyss. So assuming this is the main story area, and then this part is the, what do I call you? Archives, then I guess if each one is like 50%, so that means after this one, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 parts? Okay, I'm gonna have to ask everyone to see if I need to make this longer. Because I don't wanna bore people with like extremely long VODs where I'm just doing exploration stuff and not being able to get through the story in the way that I want it to. I tried to keep it at 2 parts only and maybe 1. But I don't want to make it like so long, so I don't know, I guess we will do like 7 parts to this. I have no idea. Either way, let's etch this into our memory and keep it safe, and as always, formally inviting you to the next tea party, the so-called anime enthusiast fox. Who's that? This was Ririna, so until the next one then, bye!